Welcome back, friends, to the channel TechnoSpace, and here is your friend Arvind Kumar. So today we will continue the class for the .NET tutorial. So in the previous class we already has studied some basic concept of the .NET and class and objects. So today we will continue the class for talking about some access modifiers like public, private, and protected, and how can we call them by using the object, and what all the features that we have of these access modifiers. So let's go to our Visual Studio. So in the Visual Studio you can see that we have two classes. One class is public class ABC and one is the class program. So in this class ABC I would like to declare some method, like first method is private void private void and method private. We can give the name of this method private private. Okay, and now we can write our message here that private method is called. Okay, and similarly that we can create the another method also, which is protected void, and we can give the name of the method protected. Okay, and now we can write our message protected method is okay, and now okay, we can make a public method, public void method public. Public method is, so now we have three methods. One is private, protected, public. So these three methods that we have. Now we can create the another class also, public class, public class, suppose that xyz, and we can inherit this class. Okay, and now we can call in this class this method protected, method protected, uh, we can call this class by using the another method, which should be the public void some method, suppose that. Okay, and inside this we can call these methods method. So now you can see that method protected and method public, this actually that I wanted to show you. that in the class ABC we have three methods: private, protected, and public. So I mean to say that this private method, so in the class, if any property which is private is not accessible outside of this class. Okay. So, and but these protected and public, these can be accessible outside of the class, but by using the inheritance. Okay, because this class is inheriting this class, but this property cannot be accessible outside of this class. So the private data member can be accessible by using the encapsulation. So any data member which is protected in any class is called the encapsulation. Okay, and to access this private data member in the another class is called the encapsulation. Okay, so we will understand the encapsulation, that what is encapsulation in the uh, further classes, but in short, that any private data member of the class is not accessible outside, and it is called the encapsulation. But to access the private data member outside of the class, the mechanism that we use is called the abstraction. So we will understand that how can we access this private data member outside of the class in the abstraction method. Abstractions proper abstractions of concepts. Okay, so now you can see that these protected and public are accessible. Okay, so if suppose that if I write here like method, so you can see that only these two are accessible. Private is not accessible, only protected and public is accessible. Okay, now what you can do, you can in this main method, now you can create the object of the ABC class. Suppose that ABC and the object by using the keyword ABC. Okay, so in now this object that can we can access the object dot. Now you can see that only public method public is accessible outside of the class. So we can call this. Okay, public is accessible outside of the class, not the private, not the protected. Okay, now we can run this console dot read line. Now we can build our program. So one thing that we have understood, that public can be accessible inside the class and outside of the class. Private and protected are not accessible outside of the class by using the same class object. Okay, if they are private or protected, but we can access them by using the inheritance of the another of the base class in the child class. Now we will see that how can we do that. I will make you understand on this. So now you can see public method is called. So it means that we have clearly access the public class. Now the question that how can we access these two classes? So we have inherited this class ABC and we have this method public. Now because we can call this public method, so how can we do that? Suppose if I create the object of XYZ, okay. Now we have the object of the XYZ. So now we can here call the method of method some method. So public is accessible outside of the class. It's okay, but we can call the some method. In some method, we have already called these protected and public. So now, like this way that we can call this sum method. So now this object should call public also and protected also. Private is not accessible. Private we cannot call. Private can be called only by the using the abstraction. So protected method is called and public method is called. Okay. So this is the way that we understood what is the concept of private, protected and public. So in short, protected cannot be accessible outside of the class or by using this object also, and protected is not accessible. We also cannot access the protected also. We cannot access the protected also, but in the another class if we use the inheritance and if the method is public, then we can call it. Okay, after creating the object also of the another class. So public is accessible outside of the class, either that you can, if the base class is inherited and you create the object of the child class, then also you can access the public property. So it is very simple to understand that. In the abstraction we will understand that how can we access this public method also. Okay, so I hope that you have understood this concept of private, protected and public. So this is all for today. We will meet in the another class. So till then, have a nice day. Bye bye.